When you walk into École 42, a teacherless coding school in Paris, a few things leap out at you. A killer collection of provocative street art, including an illustrated quantum machine at the front desk, IMAX as far as the eye can see, and a palpable buzz from the roughly 1,000 students bustling around the building. It is week 2 of La Piscine, the swimming pool, a 1-month Hunger Games-like test students must endure to get a place at the school. No degrees or special skills are required to apply, and those who are accepted attend for free for 3 to 5 years. Around 80% of students get jobs before they finish the course. 100 persons are employed by the end. The school is the brainchild of Xavier Niel, a French billionaire who has so far spent about 48 million euros on the Paris campus and an additional $46 million on a school in Silicon Valley. Niel founded Free, France's second largest internet service provider, among other ventures. He is a serial entrepreneur. Who is always looking for the best and brightest talent. In 2013, struggling to find it, he declared that France's education system was broken and set out to fix one part of it. The result is something unlike any other school in France or elsewhere. "We don't teach anything," says Nicolas Sadrak, head of École 42. "The students create what they need all the time." At 8:42 every morning, students get digital projects to complete. They have 48 hours to complete them, so they are always juggling various projects, sort of like in real life. The name comes from the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. In the comedic novel The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer is 42. Since there are no teachers, it is up to students to figure things out. Everything is graded by peers. Students manage their time how they want, says Sadrak. It's totally self-organized. In education speak, École 42 is both project-based learning and peer-to-peer learning on steroids. The school is 100% merit-based. In the most recent batch of students, 64,000 took a basic online logic test to qualify for entry. More than 20,000 passed, but the school only accepted the top 3,000 due to space constraints. Those 3,000 compete in pools of 1,000 for a month to see who best completes the digital products. The top third of the performers are then admitted. Of those, 15% drop out. While the school used to require that students master a set of skills before leaving, it has now ditched that requirement. It used to have year-long groups. It tossed aside that idea too, because students work at different paces. The curriculum is gamified. Sadrak describes it as World of Warcraft, but where dungeons have been replaced it with digital projects. There are modules, tech integrations, algorithms, AI, and languages, Python, C, Java, Docker Tech. According to Wired, to get projects corrected, students must spend correction points, which they earn by correcting someone else's project. If there is a disciplinary breach, they have to spin a wheel to learn their punishment. Take orders at the coffee machine or clean the windows with a toothbrush. Good behaviors earns valid points which can be spent. And in a twist on the assumption that all great innovations start in Silicon Valley, École 42 launched in France before California. Its campus in Fremont opened last year, 3 years after the Paris flagship. On a recent Tuesday, the ground floor of École 42 on Boulevard Bessières in the north of Paris is bustling with students. Alone, with headphones in pairs and groups, hovering around IMAX. Many have colds. It's freezing inside and few have slept properly in the past week. Downstairs, students are strewn about on air mattresses with sleeping bags, trying to catch a nap. Dozens of towels hang on rails along the walls. Nicholas, 22, has been working for up to 12 hours a day. The first week I went fast and tried to do too much, he says, sitting at his computer alongside Celeste, 25, who used to work in infographics. The second week I slowed down and tried to think more about what I was doing, he adds, cawing. This self-directed approach is the point of the school. I asked Celeste if she wouldn't prefer a teacher or at least some guidance. Sometimes I want a teacher so I can get to the solution faster, she says. But when I get the answer myself, it is more self-gratifying. There is a food truck out back where students gather and smoke cigarettes. Like everything else at the school, this was organized by students themselves. Orders are placed electronically, along with activities like Game of Thrones screening and more mundane things like sleeping arrangements. Even the elevator has not escaped the attention of the assembled hackers. It is like a very cramped nightclub, with hip-hop blaring from the speakers and the blue and green lights piercing the darkness. They hacked it last year so you couldn't get to any floor, Cedric says. We just fixed it. Visitors to the school have included everyone from former French President Francois Hollande, who walked amidst sleeping students, to PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel and Evan Spiegel of Snapchat. Schools around the world, from kindergarten up, are scrambling to figure out what skills kids need to thrive in the future. Disagreement abounds about which skills should be prioritized and how they should be taught, but opinions coalesce around some mix of collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, communication, and initiative or agency. While many schools incorporate this into legacy teaching systems, few are built with them in mind from the start. Neil wanted to address two problems: the lack of coding talent in France and the country's entrenched inequality, which precludes poor kids who do not attend the country's grandest écoles, elite universities, from the best job opportunities. In addressing those issues, he ended up creating a school built around collaboration, creativity, critical thinking, communication, and agency. In other words, a school for the future. Whether you have a criminal record, suck at math, say dumb shit, we don't give a damn, Neil told VentureBeat. We don't take that into account. We only care about two objective criteria. Those criteria are logic and motivation. When Cedric describes École 42, it is easy to forget it is a school he is talking about. I would mainly say it is not about learning. We think we are an art school. Knowledge is unuseful, dangerous, and removes your freedom. All of this must be put in the context of programming and how information technology has changed. École 42 is not about learning because learning has traditionally been about mastering a body of content or set of skills. We should not try to learn and memorize stuff, Cedric says. It's dangerous. It makes you less agile. Getting information to stick in your brain is complicated and hard. Getting it out to make way for new way things can be even harder. Cedric's previous job, as it happens, involved retraining adults. The biggest impediment to them learning new things was often unlearning what they already knew. Case in point, around 30% of the students in the swimming pool come with coding experience. After 1 month, those with experience perform no better than those without it.